abiotic factors. At another time they are in biotic factors, and also in another time they are either in the land or in the atmosphere. So let's see what we have in the slide. So biogeochemical cycle, it is the movement or cycling of nutrients and other elements between biotic and abiotic factors in ecosystem. The term can be broken into three terms. Bio, which means life. Can also be broken into geo, which is a geographical factor. These are things like land, rocks, and it can also be broken into chemical. These are now the nutrients that circulates in the ecosystem, and under that, the nutrients that circulate in ecosystem, we have carbon and we also have nitrogen. So let's go straight to the carbon cycle. Carbon cycle is the circulation of carbon in ecosystem. I'm trying to share the slide for carbon, but it is refusing. Let me try again. Okay, there it is. Carbon cycle. It constitutes 49% of the dry weight of organism, and the carbon, it involves the gaseous phase or the gaseous state. We have the reservoir for carbon, it is the atmosphere, and the carbon, it circulates from the atmosphere to the organism, which are the both animals and green plants. It also circulates back to the atmosphere. So we have the ways that carbon can be removed from the atmosphere. And we have several ways that carbon can be returned to the atmosphere. We have either through combustion of wood, through volcanic activities, can also be returned to the atmosphere through the process of weathering, also through respiration, that is which is done by both living organisms, including plants, and also the microorganisms. Also through decomposition, when the living organism, plants and animals die, they decompose, and the carbon will be returned to the atmosphere. So let's look at the carbon cycle itself. Okay, there it is. This is the carbon cycle. We have those stages that carbon can either be removed from the atmosphere or returned to the atmosphere. We have the first one, it is photosynthesis. This is the way that carbon is removed from the atmosphere by green plants. In the process of photosynthesis, the green plants will use the carbon dioxide to manufacture their own food, and they will remove it from the atmosphere. And we have also the several ways that carbon is returned to the atmosphere through respiration of animals. Also the plants, they also undergo respiration, which return to the atmosphere through emission from factories, and also the dead organism. They will form carbon after a long period of time. The fossil fuels, when they are burned, they will return the carbon to the atmosphere. So I think that marks the end of our lesson today. So we can recap and see what we have learned today. We started by defining the biogeochemical cycle, and we have also learned about the ways that carbon can be removed from the atmosphere, and also the carbon can be returned to the atmosphere. So what is biogeochemical cycle? Victor? Victor Wechuli? Hello? Hello?
Hello, madam.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me just do the summary of it all.
Okay.
Today we have learned about the carbon cycle, and we have learned about several ways that carbon can be returned to the atmosphere. What are those ways that carbon can be returned to the atmosphere? Glorious?
Respiration.
Yes, we have respiration. Thank you, Maureen. Wechuli? Victor?
Combustion.
Yeah, we have combustion.
photosynthesis.
Thank you, Maureen. Photosynthesis is a way, but it is a way that carbon is removed from the atmosphere. Thank you. So up to that level, I believe we have covered our objectives, and I want to leave you with an assignment. You can write it down. Assignment is explain various ways that carbon can be returned to the atmosphere. Explain various ways that carbon can be returned to the atmosphere. 10 marks. Thank you, and bye bye. Have a good night. Let's meet next time, the same time, and don't forget to sign your attendance. It is on right now. Make sure you log in to LMS and you sign your attendance. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. You can leave the meeting.